Hey everyone, welcome to the Smackdown podcast, your wrestling recap, the show that covers WWE and AEW events, found right here at youtube.com/Smackdown podcast. Of course, we're everywhere where you can find your podcasts on the audio realm. You know the big ones. What are some big podcast platforms out there? You got what? Stitcher, Google Play. I'm asking you, Seb. Help me out.
Spotify.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're on all of them, man. We're also on a little website called WrestlingNewsWorld.com. You gotta check it out, man. That's where you can get up to date news, interviews. They got podcasts. They got it all. So big shout out to them. Thank you for having us on there as your exclusive recap show. And that's pretty much it, man. We're everywhere. Don't forget to get in the live chat. Oh, speaking of which, I better open up the live chat. I'm always
Oh
forgetting
no.
something. People could be
It wouldn't
talking
be
to
the
us right now, man. I ain't seeing it.
it wouldn't be the smash our way if something went messed up.
I know, dude. I botched every intro.
I mean, my internet went out 5 seconds before we tried to start the first time.
Oh yeah, I am so nervous because if your internet goes out, I'm gonna have to fix the screen on the fly. It's gonna be a pain in the butt.
Well, let's hope.
Let's
That's what
hope
happened.
not, man. Yeah, man. Like I said, we're a wrestling podcast. We love wrestling as a form of entertainment, which I'm just going to go ahead and bring up really quick. We want you guys to help support the indies. So this Sunday on Fight TV, you can watch one of our favorite independent wrestling promotions, Synergy Pro Wrestling. They will be presenting their most controversial matches, so not the best ones, but the most controversial ones, and moments of their promotion's history. The show features all three current and former Synergy champions: Frightmare Matt Tremont, Matt McIntosh, former WWE superstar Matt Stryker, Retro Anthony Green, Monster Mac, Brandon Kirk, and a bunch more, man. So head over to Fight TV, search Synergy, purchase the event, only $4.99. That's on this Sunday, which, you know what, the weekend's pretty open for wrestling. I might go ahead and check it out myself too. Need to get caught up with them. But yeah, for sure. So I guess I should. If this is your first time watching, man, my name's Kyle, and I'm joined here by Sebastian, Mister at Wrestling Sports. How you doing tonight, Seb? You got a new webcam,
Yeah,
new computer?
yeah.
I see.
New laptop, new webcam. Well, not the new webcam yet. It's not in. This is my computer's webcam. But yeah, getting
It's
some new.
technically it's a new camera and
Yeah,
a new computer.
yeah, I guess so.
It's a
But
little
I'm
better.
doing pretty good. Some new equipment debuting tonight. Went golfing earlier.
Nice.
Watched Smackdown. So pretty good day.
So I think I'm starting a tradition that at the beginning of every show, I ask whoever I'm doing the show with a fact-finding question, a get-to-know you, if you will.
Okay.
Tonight's question, Sebastian, are you wearing pants?
Ball shorts.
Same here, basketball shorts over here too.
Yeah.
Gotta
Well,
be
I actually
comfy.
just bought them today because I didn't know it was as hot as it was going to be today. And I wore jogging pants to go golfing and couldn't do it. So I went and bought these ball shorts.
You ain't kidding, man. It is hot in
So,
here, bro. You're gonna see me taking my hat off like all night, trying to wipe the sweat off my head. Let's go ahead. Let's get into SmackDown, man. Tonight's SmackDown, well paced, man. Well paced.
It was.
Got a little bit of a story in there too, so not bad. I think overall, high C, mid B, maybe.
I'd be minus.
C
I'd say.
plus, C plus to B, I think, depending on your flavor, your taste. Let's go ahead. Let's get into it, man. Kicking off the night, we had Miz TV with Money in the Bank's winner Otis as their guest. What a running joke they treat this as. Otis is too big for the director's chair. It breaks. Miz asks Otis what's in his briefcase, which he replies he's got the contract. And they kind of pursue, what else you got in there? And he says some Rolaids, some Gas X, and maybe some bratwurst too if he gets hungry later on. And then they kind of go into, like, not full on Otis, this is your life segment, but they start running through, like, his baby pictures. Of course, Miz and Morrison are mocking him. This isn't really anything to do with trying to build him up in a sentimental way. Otis was apparently a 12-pound baby. And amongst other pictures, him
Big
posing
baby.
as a wrestler in his underwear. What's that?
That's big baby.
Are you kidding me? Yeah, I thought my kids were big. Both my kids were just shy of 10 pounds apiece.
Your babies were bigger than mine. Big
Yeah,
babies.
yeah, I got some big boys, man. Um, during the whole segment, Miz can't stand Otis's silliness. It boils over that somebody as silly and as unserious as Otis is the Money in the Bank winner, potential opponent for a championship. You know, when Miz takes everything so seriously in his life. So it gets to him. He tells Otis to bring out Tucker to have a tag team match. But I guess Tucker, what, is sick with, did he say dysentery? Like,
Something like that, yeah.
they said it was like the Oregon Trail disease or something. I don't know, man. It's stupid. But they sent Otis to the back to go find him a tag partner. The overall segment, kind of cringy, but I will say they kept it short and to the point, so no big problems. Had this been stretched out any longer, I would have been groaning, but because the whole segment went for like, I don't know, like 3 minutes, can't really complain too much. It's not like Otis is supposed to be billed as like some serious wrestler anyways, you know, he's supposed to be funny. I've been referring to him as the Chris Farley of WWE.
Yeah, I did. I mean, like you, it was paced well. I really like. I mean, Miz is that guy. Miz is always proud of his accomplishments. If you go back to when he was IC champ, I mean, if you're going to do a segment like this, Miz is definitely the right one to do it.
Yeah. You know, does it bother you that we're still doing like a moment of bliss in Miz TV with no audience?
No, I mean, not really.
No?
No.
I don't know, man. I feel like they could shoot them a little different. You're playing
At least
to
to
an
me, it's
audience.
TV. I feel like the Alexa Bliss's one doesn't really do much anymore, but Miz is good enough where he still at least gets something out of it, you know?
Yeah. Marks with Mike's agrees with us, says exactly. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I did like the point. I did like part of the Miz TV where, like, right at the ass end of the segment, the stagehand finally came in to replace the director's chair.
Yeah.
It was, I don't know. I thought it was silly. Afterwards, we're greeted with the breakdown of the new Intercontinental Championship tournament. Of course, Sami Zayn has been stripped. He's at home, not defending the belt. So we are going to be crowning a new champion. 8-man tournament. On one side, we see Daniel Bryan versus Drew Gulak, and the winner of that match would take on the winner of Jeff Hardy versus Sheamus. On the other side of the tournament, we have Elias taking on Corbin, and the winner of that match will take on either AJ Styles or Shinsuke Nakamura. Pretty good tournament competitors in there, man. The only thing that I was let down with is, personally speaking, I would have liked the finals to come out to Daniel Bryan versus Drew Gulak. That's just my taste. But see, so when I saw them paired up in the beginning, it kind of made me sad. It was kind of like the same thing with the Cruiserweight Classic when Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa were paired up in the opening round. A lot of people wanted that saved, but they turned out a classic whenever that happened too.
Yeah. Oh, it's a loaded tournament. I wish they said there'd be more information, tune in throughout the week or whatever, but I'm interested to see where AJ falls in here and why he's in it.
Yeah, he kind of shoehorned in just to turn out good matches, and I think because he has the what would you say, like the name, like the big name in the tournament,
and it could be too, could be too just trying to do something Taker hasn't done. Taker's never won the IC title.
Really?
No.
I did not know that.
I don't think he has.
I don't think now that I'm thinking about it, I don't recall ever seeing a highlight.
Because they're still teasing the Styles Taker thing. I mean, they're still going with it. So maybe they're going to kind of intertwine. I don't know.
Who knows, man? Who knows? Yeah, they are keeping that carrot dangling with Taker, with AJ Styles. Following the announcement of the tournament, we do get the first match, which sees Elias taking on Corbin. Elias, of course, cost Corbin the Money in the Bank match after he hit him with a guitar at the pay-per-view right as Corbin was reaching for the briefcase, or fighting for it, rather. We get a drawn-out match, which saw Corbin dominate pretty much the majority of it. Eventually, Corbin goes outside, taking Elias's guitar and smashing it off the ring post. This fires Elias up, which allows him to hit a jumping knee and then, of course, hit Corbin with Corbin's Achilles heel, the roll up. He rolls him up for the shock victory because Corbin was my early pick to win.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Usually I pay attention. I mean, I still pay attention. I watch the match. But, like, usually even though I know the winner, I still pay. But this one, you know how I feel about Elias. I can't really. His matches just doesn't do it for me. And I was like, Corbin's going to win.
Yeah, it's
so,
like a foregone conclusion, man.
Yeah, so I watched, but, I wasn't really thinking about what I was watching. And then all of a sudden, Elias wins. And I was like, oh.
Yeah. Seemingly out of nowhere. I gotta say, man, these two have some stale in-ring chemistry. Like, I like them separately, but paired up, whenever they're having their matches, I could care less. I like their backstage segments and the drama that builds between them more, but actually seeing these guys go at it, I could care less about the match in the ring. There's just something about them that just doesn't click for me.
They did have one real nice sequence, though. It was when Corbin tried to, go in the ropes for the clothesline, and Elias countered. There's a couple counters, and it ended up being a spine buster, a really nice looking spine buster by Corbin. It was really nice.
Vince asks why our screen looks like Brock Lesnar UFC shorts. Probably because of all the advertisements I have on it. all the icons I have. I got Belts by Dan and Synergy Pro Wrestling. Just trying to show some love, Vince. That's all it is. Trying to show some love for some wrestling creators out there. Yeah, no, it's like I said, it feels like a chore watching these guys link up, man. I'm hoping it's the end of them feuding, but I have a feeling that Corbin's going to cost Elias in his next match. I just have a feeling. But between the two, I'd want to see what's next for Corbin. And if you guys want to see what's next for him, head over to WrestlingNewsWorld.com. Check out the article written by Chris Dees where he talks about what is next in line for Corbin. And he says, maybe give him a gimmick change or at the very least, ditch the King gimmick. So if you guys are a Corbin fan and want to know what could possibly lie ahead for him, go over to that website. Check out Chris Dees' article, man. It's a good read.
Yeah, if it's going to be another thing, like if they're going to keep it going, we're on it's almost June. I think last year's was in August. So
yeah, Chris Dees said it perfectly. He said he feels like Corbin's had this King gimmick now already for like 5 years. Yeah, it just feels like it's been forever, man.
So if they keep it going, we're a couple months away from a new tournament.
Maybe.
Well, if they do it at the same time they did last year.
I don't know, man. Backstage, Sheamus turns down Otis's request to be a tag team partner. And then we see Otis again with Mandy suggesting go ask Braun. He's the Universal Champion. He's a face. You're a face. Everybody gets along, Following that, we get another vague kind of hacker promo. My kids were being like super loud. I think we were doing like a video call with my mom, their grandmother. So did they reveal any new information in this hacker promo?
Not really that I could pick up. Just at the end, he had like 20 screens of just about every superstar. And
yeah, it looks like he's got a lot of subscriptions to the WWE network. How many?
He even had Big E while Big E was doing a podcast. Like he had his headphones on. So
yeah, he's following him on YouTube. He's following his social media. How many screens can you run on the network? Do you think he's? Because you can't run that many, obviously.
Oh, he's a hacker. He don't need a network. I'm not.
Or at least he doesn't have to pay for it, probably.
No, he hacks. He hacks. Yes.
Professional. Otis finally does catch up with Braun, who wants to know if Otis has an ulterior motive to why he might want to be a tag champion. Maybe you just want to see me in the ring. Maybe you're going to try and jump on me when the chips are down, Otis says, no, it ain't none about that. I just need a tag partner. Braun says, you know what? I respect you. I'll think about it. And then I was actually instantly, when I saw like the idea of Otis and Braun, I was like, yeah, that they seem to have like an intriguing chemistry. Trust me, I can hear RN right now groaning. Just because I know our guy RN, this is the opposite of how he'd want to see Braun used. By the way, if you guys are familiar with RN, who's normally on Smackdown, he's out tonight because he's cleaning out his mom's house. Tragically, last week, RN lost his mother, and so he's dealing with that right now. Head over to Twitter, show the guy some love, man. His Twitter handle is at Mr.8984. Show the guy some love, show him some support, pick him up, man. RN, we miss you. We can't wait to have you back next week.
WRN.
Yeah.
We won't do mute Arian tonight. We won't do it.
Nah, we won't be too mean to him.
Hashtag support Arian. There you go.
No, 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 no. Still mute RN. Like,
Oh,
say
well,
something
okay.
nice and
I
then
tried to
mute
be
him.
nice. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll be.
Let's see. What do we follow that up with? Oh, Naomi versus Dana Brooke, man. Okay. So these two, they have a short match. I saw Dana Brooke hit her handspring elbow into the corner. And then on the second attempt, Naomi kicked her legs out, allowing Naomi to hit the top rope crossbody. And then you get like a roll through for a pin attempt on another roll through. Then they start scrambling, throwing various pin attempts and counters, which just in the middle of it, Dana got the win. The match was probably like 2 minutes long, it felt like. Which I'm happy, personally saying, to see Dana getting some wins, you know, because I'm a big Dana Brooke fan. I kind of want to see what that girl could do with a little bit of a push. But we still don't have a clear picture where any of these wins are taking her. Also, where the losses are leading Naomi. Apparently, Naomi has not won a match since February and wasn't even included in the Money in the Bank ladder match. We lost Sebastian. I knew this could happen, man. It looks like I'm going going solo. We'll have to see if he comes back. Oh boy. Boy, oh boy. Let's see here. Let's just minimize this video. This is all messed up now. It wouldn't be the Smackdown podcast if we didn't have some botches. There we go. Let's see. Let's get his name right here. Right. Is that the one? Where is it? Nope. There we go. Let's see. Hopefully Sebastian joins us back here again. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and keep it moving. You guys, this is where you guys in the live chat can really come through, man, to help me bounce off somebody. But I'll keep it going for us. Following the match, we had a very touching recap of Becky Lynch's pregnancy announcement. Boy, I wasn't crying. I bet you guys were, but I wasn't. Not at all, man. But it was really touching, actually. We get Charlotte Flair in the ring. If there's anybody that should be working all three brands, shouldn't be Charlotte. Just going to say. Shouldn't be Charlotte. But she's in the ring. I don't even think she got a chance to cut a promo before she's cut off by Bayley and Sasha. So we have a 4 horsewomen mini reunion, of course, without Becky Lynch. Bayley begins to roast her over the fact that the last time they linked up in the ring, Bayley beat her to win her second reign as SmackDown Women's Champion. And then also to become the only, I guess, female Grand Slam champ. I'll have to fact check that one. I want to say Asuka's a Grand Slam now, ain't she? Asuka's won the Raw Women's title, the SmackDown Women's title, NXT Women's, and the Women's Tag Team. So Bayley might want to fact check herself on that because I'm pretty sure Asuka is a Grand Slam champ too. Charlotte, however, points out, speaking of Sasha, Charlotte points out how Sasha is content standing in Bayley's corner, being kind of a lackey, and brings up the feud that they had on Raw, which went, I think, almost all of 2016. They traded that belt back every 2 weeks. They main evented Hell in the Cell. This, of course, draws the ire of Bayley because Bayley is so defensive when anyone's trying to stir the pot between her and Sasha. So she challenges Charlotte to a match, which she agrees, but for a later date. I'm assuming next week. I think it may be. They may even actually have announced it. But she addresses Sasha one more time, asking, are you happy being a lackey? Being an afterthought to Bayley, which Sasha's biggest thing is her ego. Of course not. Of course she ain't happy. We catch Braun Strowman working out backstage, still mulling over whether or not he's going to tag with Otis. I think the writing was on the wall. We're pretty sure you are, Braun, because Otis stopped asking people after you. We get a Forgotten Sons promo. All right, listen. Is anyone a fan of the Forgotten Sons? And I mean, I know they're bad guys, so I know I'm not technically supposed to be a fan, but I mean, does anybody have anything good? I've asked my castmates. I've watched other podcasts. I can't find anybody that's got anything good to say about these guys. They feel like, in my opinion, kind of like the core and the social outcasts. Like, these are the guys that failed in other tag teams and feuds. And you just put them together, and that formula never works. You never put the losers together, and you get some winning faction. Although, I will say the Forgotten Sons have been winning. A Shireman 25 says, it is announced next week, champion versus champion, Bailey versus Charlotte. Thank you for coming through, Shireman 25. I appreciate that. I always need a go-to person, so it's a little weird doing this by myself. I appreciate it. But yeah, going back to the Forgotten Sons, man. The formula doesn't work. They seem stale. They seem like generic creative wrestlers. And even their motivation, they give you the whole, what was it? Like the Vietnam motivation. Like they served their country, but when they came home, people didn't welcome them with open arms. So they're going to welcome people with closed fists. Man, I don't know, dude. I don't know about these guys. I really don't. I'm the positive guy. I try not to piss and shit on everything, but like, I have a hard time with these guys trying to think of anything that redeeming that I want to watch, But I mean, I don't want them to be fired. I just want them to be utilized better. And if they could, I have no idea, honestly. Miz and Morrison don't believe Braun will accept Otis's request to tag. Uh-oh. I think Sebastian's back. Are you back?
Dude, I was afraid I messed this up so bad.
Oh, you're good, man. You're good.
I was like, what will it do to his screens if I join back?
No. I have a contingency plan. It's good.
Okay.
We missed
I know
you,
with
though.
Discord it was okay, but with this, I haven't used it much. So.
No, don't worry, man. You'll see. See. Just watch the replay. What
I
happened?
had
Your
no
internet go out
internet.
again?
Yeah, I haven't had internet problems in like 3 days, and then of course, as soon as we record, yeah.
No, so I was just talking about the Forgotten Sons. Is there anything redeeming about this faction, Sebastian? Anything?
I mean, so far on the main roster, they're making an effort to make them look more credible. I mean, they're winning matches, hanging with the New Day, and when you really think about it, this is the kind of act. I mean, look at Elias. He wasn't much in NXT. Main roster, Vince loved them. I mean, there are some guys that have more success on the main roster than NXT. But, I personally can't get into them. But I feel
like if the fans were there, if the fans were in the audience, and the Forgotten Sons are out there, there is just as much crowd noise as we're getting in the empty arena. I don't think a damn person would pop, boo, nothing about the Forgotten Sons. I think they are the most apathetic faction.
I agree. I'm not a fan of them.
I have nothing but apathy. I don't hate them. I don't like them. I just, when they're out there, I'm like, and I just stare off into space until something else comes on. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, we lost Sebastian again. Fairly certain we did. Oh, boy. This is going to be one of those shows, isn't it? So moving on to something I'm not apathetic about is Daniel Bryan versus Drew Gulak in their first round matchup for the beautiful Intercontinental Championship title. Before I get into the match, though, I want to plug the sponsor of Wrestling News World's website, which is Belts by Dan. Belts by Dan is a custom championship belt manufacturing. They do repair, restoration, and resale of championship titles. Oh, there goes Sebastian right there. Let's try this. There we go. They offer fully custom championship title belts identical to the quality that's used on television by major boxing, MMA, and pro wrestling companies. They also can repair your belts too. Say you are champion, like our guy Jay Thunder. He's the current PWX Tag Team Champion. Him and AJ Radix. If something were to happen to his strap, maybe some buttons snap off, whatever it may be, you could contact Belts by Dan. They'll go ahead and repair your belts too. If you have any questions, man, go ahead and hit them up. You can find them on Facebook at Belts by Dan or on Twitter at Belts by Dan. You can even email them at beltsfandan@gmail.com. Also, the link is in the description of the video. So go check them out. And once again, thank you guys for sponsoring the website. Getting back into this match, Bryan and Gulak, dude, these guys, man. I could watch them all the time. This reminds you of the SmackDown 6, back when you had the likes of like, Rey Mysterio, Eddie Guerrero, and all of them. Incredible matches, man. We'll look back if they push Gulak, man. We'll look back fondly of these times, and I really believe Gulak would make a great Intercontinental Champion if you guys give him the chance to get that belt. So we saw a lot of very methodical approach to their match, trading locks, nothing too fast paced. Gulak hit an awesome suplex while Bryan had him in a double underhook face lock, and then after a couple more hold reversals, Gulak dumps Bryan out the ring. When they come back from the commercial, the match really picked up pace, man. Seeing Bryan hitting a released German suplex off the ropes, Gulak with power bombs, all while still getting very fast-paced, great technical reversals between the guys. They're just masters of the craft. And I think it's a great match showcasing why Gulak deserves to be higher on the card. And also, once again, why Daniel Bryan can pretty much help anybody look incredible in the ring. But towards the end of the match, Daniel Bryan hits a dragon screw on Drew Gulak, torquing the knee, and then hits the heel hook for the submission win. Gives a promo after the match. It was almost 5 years ago to the day that Daniel Bryan had to relinquish the Intercontinental Championship, and he hasn't had a shot at it since then. And of course, now with this tournament, it's reignited him. He wants it back. He wants the belt to represent the best wrestler in WWE, and Daniel Bryan believes that is him. Afterwards, him and Gulak shake hands. These guys are still going to be on the same page going forward, which I think is the right call, man. I really do. It's announced that next week we are getting Otis and Mandy versus Dolph and Sonya. In a mixed matched match. Should be good. Oh, look at Sebastian. He's coming back. We're going to do this dance all night, Seb. And he's back. Look at that. Sebastian, how many more times are you going to do
my
this?
Internet's a bigger joke, and Bailey, this is your last segment. I mean, this is ridiculous. In all seriousness, for viewers that may not know, I don't know. I know I took some absence because of it. The Easter windstorms that killed so many people and all that. It really fucked up our internet here. And they thought they fixed it, but I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But I'll keep coming back to the very end.
It's okay, man. It's all
or
right.
Kyle don't let me in, whichever one.
Yeah, eventually I'm just going to lock you out. It's okay, though. Yeah. It's all right. No, I just went through the Daniel Bryan Drew Gulak match. I mean, you got nothing but great things to say about these guys.
It's a fantastic match.
Yeah,
fantastic.
Absolutely. Easily the best match of the night. I mean,
the move before the heel hook, he twisted that ankle.
The dragon screw?
No, I mean, it was like the ankle, though. It wasn't even the leg. Like, when it was bad. Like,
did you know that the heel hook actually torques the knee?
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks like when you do a heel hook, it looks like of course, in the name itself, mentioning the heel, it looks like you're torquing the ankle tendon, like the tendon in the ankle, but it's actually a knee lock, and it'll rip your knee to shreds. Sebastian having to talk with the people in the background. You directing traffic over there now?
Oh, my daughter brought her iPad in and had it full blast. I had to
tell her that we all said hey at the show.
Oh, she's gone now.
She's gone now? Okay.
Yeah, I asked her to turn it down. She said no. I said, well, you got to go to your room for about a few more minutes then. And then she was like, okay. I tried to negotiate, but there's no negotiating with her.
I mean, they're kids, man. It's hard times. Sonya's backstage claiming that they're going to humiliate Otis and Mandy. Also, that Mandy is only good at being blonde and pretty. A criticism that I'm sure Mandy is well accustomed to by now. Says that their future, hers and Otis, of course, claims to be in a trailer with a bunch of kids. Come on, Sonya. Be humble now. Be humble. There's nothing wrong with living in a trailer. Absolutely nothing wrong living in a trailer. You know,
I live in a trailer, so.
Yeah, I've lived in a couple of trailers growing up. I live
in a trailer.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with it, man. But of course, yeah. So they're gonna have a match next week. I ain't gonna lie though. Sonya's presence adds a lot to Dolph's image. I don't know how I feel about him in the ring, but just the image of him and Sonya, I think they make a great duo. I think I saw somebody on Facebook comparing to how China enhanced Triple H back in the day.
Yeah, Dolph. I mean, I know you said you don't know how you feel about him. I think he's great in the ring, but his problem's always been his promos to me.
He's also too good at putting other guys over.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing when all you can do is work in the ring and you're not a great promo. I mean, most of the time you're just going to be putting people over, making them look good.
Yep.
But most of the time his promos, he just yells in the mic. There's been a couple promos where he didn't do that, and he's shown a little improvement. But for the most part, that's all you get with Dolph. And Sonya's a great promo. The last couple of weeks, she's shown she can talk.
Very underrated. Who knew? Who knew she was that good, man?
She can talk.
Yeah. This leads us to the main event of the night. Miz and Morrison taking on Otis, who initially doesn't have a partner in the ring, but Braun does show up before the match begins. Early in the match, Braun and Otis perform the caterpillar together. Well, at least Braun tried.
That was one spot I didn't like too well.
And then they both drop the elbow together on top of Morrison, to which I could audibly hear RN groan all the way.
Like, I'm not. 2 weeks ago, Braun in his promo was talking about that. You know, he's not going to come out here and get these hands anymore. He's a champ, and then 2 weeks later, he's doing the caterpillar.
WWE can't make up their mind whether they want Braun to be like serious and intimidating or be like funny and entertaining.
That's the thing got him over too, man. The seriousness. I mean, him killing Roman, not giving a.
I don't know. My favorite segment with Braun still to this day is him with the bass guitar, singing on the bass guitar to Elias. That really got me. But you're right. My second favorite is what you said. Him destroying Roman Reigns.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the comedy stuff Braun does, but when he turns it up and, you know, he's really the monster among men, that's when I feel like Braun's at his best.
Yeah. We come back from commercial, and Miz is wearing down Otis, tags in Morrison. Otis is able to suplex both of them together and gets the hot tag to Braun, who promptly goes out the ring for the Strowman Express, which, God, I hate the name. Morrison comically dives over the barricade. Smart man. But unfortunately, Miz is still left in the way, gets destroyed by Strowman. Back in the ring, Miz is pulled out of the way, allowing Strowman to run headfirst into a ring post. Morrison comes in and really takes it to Braun with a bunch of strikes, but still falls to a power slam, allowing Braun to pick up the victory for him and Otis in a very short and sweet match. Afterwards, Mandy comes out, momentarily distracts Braun. Otis motions like he might attack Braun, which when Braun turns around, Otis throws his hands up. He's like, I was just kidding. It's just for a laugh, which I liked, man. I thought it was pretty funny. And then the show went off the air with Otis and Mandy celebrating and Braun beside him. It was decent. Like I said, it was a decent show. I mean, I think the tag team tournament is really going to help them. It gives a tangible story, some stakes, something to look forward. What did I say? The tag team?
Tag team tournament.
Yeah, Jesus. The IC tournament. I think.
Sorry, man.
Yeah. This part was on Raw. I get flustered in the end, man.
I wasn't here when we, internet problems and all. I wasn't here when we went over to Charlotte. That was a great segment. The Charlotte, Bayley, Sasha.
Sowing the seeds for Sasha.
I mean, and Charlotte's the perfect one to do that with Sasha.
Oh, yeah, because they had that incredible rivalry.
And that's one thing, too. People, I remember when a couple of days ago when they was announced Charlotte was coming, everybody mowing the ground. People need to be patient, man. They use Charlotte to perfection tonight.
For wait and see what happens. Story, yes.
Yeah, really good stuff. Did you see the side eye that Sasha gave Bayley when she said she's beating everyone?
Yeah,
the facials that Sasha's been making.
The subtlety. And that's where the best stuff is being done. between Bailey and Sasha is the subtlety.
And Charlotte, like I said, she's the perfect one with their history. I mean, she's brought the best out of Sasha, and
So
yeah,
where you think it's going? SummerSlam? I mean, if we even get a SummerSlam.
I think that's the goal. It's
Yeah.
just they don't they don't want to put the pedal on it too much in case it doesn't happen.
Right.
I mean, it's a delicate time as far as booking week to week and not knowing what's going to happen next month. And
Yeah. No, absolutely. It is. It's. You really got to be careful how you do your
I mean,
storytelling.
their luck with everything opening back up, who knows? There's a second wave and everything shut back down in a month.
Yep. Yep. Very good possibility. What else we have to look forward to? So next week it's announced. Like I said, we have
It's a stat show.
the mixed match. The mixed match.
Miss
Miss
match
Otis
tag.
mixed match tag team. Thank you. Otis and Mandy taking on Sonya and Ziggler, and then of course Bailey and Charlotte. That's on there too. And then we're gonna have probably about 2 more matches for the IC tournament as well.
Both of them was announced.
Jeff and Sheamus, and then who was the other one?
AJ and Nakamura.
AJ and Nakamura. Damn. I didn't even realize that was a match. I wonder if we're actually going to get like a really good match out of them. Like, like the one we wanted at WrestleMania. Instead, we got Dick Kick City.
I just feel like the match everyone wanted for WrestleMania isn't a WWE match. I mean, if you go back and watch that match, that was a New Japan type match.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to get that, I don't feel like, in WWE.
Not unless it's on NXT.
No, just the styles are too different. It's just different world.
It is, man. It is different worlds. Well, yeah. No, that's really it. Not much to go off of. I mean, like this. I guess that's how SmackDown's supposed to be. Just short and sweet. That's when it's at its best, man. Short and sweet, breezy. Keep the pace moving.
No, I was just kind of expecting something out of the Fiend at the end, but didn't get the
That's
Fiend.
true. That is true. He got the week off. When does he come into play?
I mean, Backlash is in 3 weeks, so if
You think it's going to be that quick of a turnaround?
I mean,
Like 2 pay-per-views in a row?
well, last week him and Bray had that promo, right? Or am I mistaken?
Last
No,
week?
Money in the Bank was Sunday. Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah, this is the first SmackDown since Money in the Bank since they're
Yeah, so I feel like they'd have another match. I mean,
well, yeah, I'm thinking too. I wasn't, the Fiend versus Braun strikes me as SummerSlam. Once again,
you can maybe
if
do
we're
a
gonna get at
non-finish.
SummerSlam,
Yeah. And even if so, you can do a non-finish. I mean, I don't know how you can pause this story to get another story. You know what I mean?
yeah,
With the Fiend supposedly this monster that doesn't give a F, why would he sit back and wait while Braun faced somebody else? With the 2 characters, I feel like they would go back to back.
yeah. I bet I can see Backlash. Just seems like I just feel like when the Fiend does lock up with Braun, that's it for Braun.
They're trying to load up that card too, man.
Yeah,
I mean, they already
Backlash
added
has
it.
always been like one of my favorite pay-per-views whenever
Me
it's
too,
around.
me too.
Even the more recent one, didn't they have a Backlash like last year or maybe the year prior? And
Yeah.
it ended up being really good.
Yeah, I know 2 or 3 years ago is the one when Samoa Joe and Roman main evented. That one was garbage, but for the most part, Backlashes have always delivered.
Yeah.
But have Edge and Orton already in the greatest match of all time, according to Charlie.
Oh my God, I know. Isn't it like that's super cringy? I wonder if anyone popped in the back for that. I bet that made everyone chuckle in the back.
They're going to have the IC title finals, I would imagine.
Oh, at a pay-per-view? Yeah, that's not going to be done on SmackDown. That'll be at Backlash too.
Yeah.
So who do we think now? So I mean, you have Bryan versus Jeff Hardy next week. Well, no, because Jeff is taking on Sheamus.
Yeah, and that's the thing too with the dynamic of Bryan winning. You'd think Sheamus would be the more natural
heel face,
and you could kind of play up to their history. That's kind of how the Yes Movement started with that 7-second finish at Mania. It kind of jump started it.
That's true. You have a story right there.
Yeah, so at the same time,
guys.
you don't see Jeff losing his second match. He beats Cesaro at Money in the Bank, but who knows? It's interesting,
man. Yeah, that's interesting. It'd be interesting either way. Jeff and Daniel Bryan. or Daniel Bryan and Sheamus. Both of those seem like interesting matchups. And then you
And
have
with no crowd, too, the heel and face dynamic ain't really as important.
as important. Yeah, that's true. It's just putting on good matches. I mean, look, Daniel Bryan and Drew Gulak worked fine, and those guys are both faces.
Yeah.
You know,
Which I've always said the face versus face is a lot easier to pull off than heel versus heel.
versus heel.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
faces versus face usually works out.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think of when heel versus heel may have worked.
There's
It's hard
not
to say.
much I can think of.
No, yeah, it's hard to say. But anyways, that's our show. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you guys for joining in the chat. Helped me out while Sebastian's internet was down. That was really nice of you, Shire Man 25. Come through for me. Yeah, he came in, man. He came in with some of the side stuff while you were down. It helped.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you for helping my part.
Yeah. But so we'll catch you guys. We'll catch you guys on Tuesday when we recap Raw. And but until then, you guys have a good one.
See ya.